that then they shrunk it and inked it, but maybe they did.
I'm gonna go with it sounds.
Oh, I can think of things. I think they used to have like little tool sets for girls, but they were like pink drills.
And tiny.
I didn't even. They probably was told to hand it to his brother and let him do it.
There was no the opposite. There was no like, let's take that doll and make it large and blue.
Anyway, I don't know. Anyway.
I have no great.
Yeah,
I have no great memories.
And then it's so funny because like right before we aged out of dressing up, we started trying to make up our costumes, which was a bad idea.
Oh, I did that a couple times.
That always like did not, because we tried to do the makeup or something weird, and it never worked out.
Yeah, I did that. I remember doing that.
I remember after Star Wars, I decided that I wanted to be like an alien, so I was going to do this really cool makeup, and all. It was a disaster.
And it winds up looking just like an ink blot on your face.
It just looked like I went like this with two different colors and wore the unitard for my dance recital.
Hey, I like it. It's cost effective. You get to do that parent thing where they open the door and be like, ooh, what are you doing? I know, a mistake.
Yeah, I've seen a funny photo of you.
Yeah, there's some where I painted him up, and Halloween was never. The only thing I can attribute this to, my sort of lackadaisical, like I like the idea of Halloween, I just choose not to participate. And I stopped going. I don't know, I was pretty young. I was probably 10, 11, 12. I would say.
Yeah, I think I finished 5, 6, 7.
And I remember getting a lot of heat from friends and stuff saying, "No, you're not going to." It was not fun. I've never been a big candy person, so that wasn't a big motivator. To go around from house to house in the dark and ask for this stuff that I didn't particularly want, that didn't do anything for me. Dressing up never did anything for me. And the only thing I can attribute that to, and I've said this to you in the past, is that I was, as a theater kid, I was dressing up almost all the time from a young age. So to dress up on one night to walk around in the dark asking for candy held no
excitement.
There was nothing in it that was not good.
And did you ever, because this just always rubbed me the wrong way, like, did you ever like grab a pillowcase and that was your little bucket that you?
No, I never did that.
I never liked
People
that.
did that though. I remember kids doing that.
Kind of weird.
No, we had the very traditional plastic pumpkin thing with the black thing.
I love that. I think I had mine. I know I was an adult before my mom got rid of it. I saw it one time. I was like, oh, like that, like your stocking. Your first stocking, your little pumpkin.
Now, did you ever go out did you guys have this down south? Did you have goosey night?
You guys call it goosey night. We didn't have it in Georgia that I knew of, but when I got to North Carolina, I remember dating a fella one time in college, and it was the night before Halloween, and he was like, oh, we gotta get the car in, the dark, like in the garage, because he didn't want to get out.
He was afraid he was gonna get nailed.
And he was afraid he was gonna get it. And I didn't realize, and I was like, what? He goes, oh yeah, kids egg cars. And he's like, and it's terrible to peel the paint off of it. It's really bad. The sulfur in it is really bad. Or a paint job, didn't know that either until then. And I was like, are you kidding me? He's like, oh yeah, that's what they do. So your mom used to talk about goosey night.
Goosey night. I mean, it was a thing when we were kids. I went out. I want to say I think just once. I have vague remember it, and I went out with friends, and I think it might have been 7th grade, 8th grade, right at that troublesome age. And you put toilet paper in the trees,
someone's house.
Shaving cream in the mailbox. That I remember. But I quickly went from. I guess it was sort of fun. Like, I mean, there is sort of not the destruction thing, but it's actually fun to
prank someone?
No, not even to prank someone. It's fun to get toilet paper up high. To throw a roll of toilet paper.
What?
I know. There's some. It's weird, but like, yeah, take one end of a thing of toilet paper and throw the other end.
You and Labradors are the only one that
seems
thinks
lovely.
that.
But I quickly went from that to, you know, you wake up the next day, you got this crap all in tons of pine trees.
The dew falls or the frost
such a
hits.
drag.
It's disaster.
Not fun.
No, and parents are always ticked off the next day, and it's your fault that you were the butt of the TP. Thank God. I have to say, my house, I was never that interesting. No one ever toilet papered my house for my sister or me. Now, Andy.
Sorry.
No, I'm thrilled. Andy, my younger brother.
Yes.
It's not so lucky.
Well, but he rolled with a pack of guys
that did everything to each other.
That was their major holiday of the year.
Or any time, basically.
Well, that's true. Yeah, they didn't just wait for that.
Yeah, and they would be like the baseball guys against the wrestling guys and stuff.
Right.
And Andy's got great stories to tell in that way. That's a good thing. That's good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was never a big deal. We never and I think the other thing that kind of get me to I love doing a jack-o'-lantern. I did a jack-o'-lantern. Excuse me. We lived in a 5-story walk-up and on the river, and I still wanted a jack-o'-lantern.
Yes, no one could see it.
No one could see it, but I loved it.
You were flying by in a low helicopter down
Harry
the Hudson
Potter
River.
Comes by on his broom. He can see my jack-o'-lantern on the 5th
But
floor.
you knew it was there.
I knew it was there, and it was pretty and glowed, and
Yeah.
I like the flickering candles and everything. But, I mean, I kind of, walk around the neighborhood. In our neighborhood, they do up, Halloween. It's a big deal.
Yeah, Halloween is different in Los Angeles. It is, and I don't want to say exclusively, but in my time in New York, New Jersey, first off, this in general, this sort of lawn art that people do for just about every holiday has gotten out of control. I mean, it wasn't until I was an adult moving back living in Jersey, we had a house, that I started seeing people having these extravagant lawn things for you name the season. But that aside, and I'm sure this goes on in other parts of the country, but in this part of the country, where there's an entire industry devoted to making horror movies.
There's some extra stuff going on.
There are some people who live and die for this. And we see it a bit here.
Yeah.
There are some great neighborhoods where I want to take Jackson, but I'm afraid he might be a little young.
A little young yet. Listen, there's a house 5 miles from here in the town next over, Westchester, and I saw a photo on Facebook, someone posted it. They had redone the facade for the holiday, and it looks like a castle. And that's not the regular, it's also literally the wall of the castle and the door. It's crazy. And I was told that one of the courtyards here, they decorated it up. They do it every year. They got some great, things, crawling big spider and stuff. But they're like, hey, bring a potluck by, bring a beverage of choice, come and hang out with our courtyard. So it's 4 or 5 families, but they've done it. One of the dads has put together a light show this year.
Oh.
I know. That's big doings.
Yeah, a light show for Halloween. But they have so in Studio City, there's a couple of names, one in particular, neighborhoods that are very, very, if you were to just drive through them any other time of the year, very kind of traditional. They don't even much look like, there's a part of Los Angeles where you could be driving through a neighborhood in Connecticut. Not a lot, you don't see a lot of palm, a lot of green on the grass.
It looks like Richie Cunningham's house.
Yeah,
because Richie Cunningham's house is
like in Pasadena too, there's a lot of that. But anyway, so in Studio City, there's all these neighborhoods that look very benign. And then come Halloween, it's loaded with of people who work in the effects industry and work in the horror industry, and their yards are they're probably more akin to movie set pieces than they are Halloween houses. Yeah, where they've got films rolling and it's a whole it's crazy.
Kind of creepy. And the thing too is, Halloween decorations used to kind of have a playfulness about them. Like the jack-o'-lantern was kind of happy, even though it was spooky, kind of enjoying it. And now, I mean, like when the movies like Halloween and Friday the 13th, and I used to love getting scared to crap out by those type things. Even though now I'm back to watching Children of the Corn. Oh my gosh, can't sleep at night. But anyway, you watch that kind of stuff. But now, the witches used to be like, and I'm like, and they just look so scary. Like,
well, it's changed. I'll tell you where it's changed.
Even the decorations have changed. They're not like these ghouls and goblins are happy.
Yeah, the decorations are not playful.
They're not playful anymore.
But I do miss, to touch on the movie thing for a bit, I have never been, and still am not, in my mind, someone who enjoys horror films. Now, I love movies. And if someone says, here's a movie that is a classic, or here's a movie that is fantastic, you need to go see it. If it happens to be a horror movie, it may not be my first, second, or third choice, but if I feel like I should see it, I'll go. And I will then scare the hell out of myself. I will typically go to these things alone.
I'm scared to death.
Scared to death, sitting alone in a theater. And by the way, it's so easy to convince yourself when you're sitting in a theater that whoever is behind you is just waiting just to kill you.
Yeah.
At any given time. It's just going to happen. And I saw one this past year. Scared the hell out of me.
What'd you see?
Babadook.
Oh, right.
Oh, no, don't do the Babadook.
You're a Jackson saying that, even though you didn't know what I was saying.
Ooh. Scary. Confusing at the end, but very, very scary. But scary. I mean, it was scary in sort of the fun. Like, it would be fun to see with friends and see with you, where you kind of jump and you're like, oh, it's scary. The thing that happened or has happened in the last 10 years, where they refer to it as torture porn, where it's literally just watching people get torn apart.
Yeah, that's correct.
That I don't understand what people. I mean, and it has made careers for people.
Oh, yeah.
They've bankrolled it. I don't understand it. The storytelling is sort of. What I do miss, because there definitely was an age when I was in high school where I completely appreciated them because they were horror movies, but they were, in my mind, hilarious. Like, it was, and
like
maybe
Texas
not
Chainsaw.
Well, Texas, yeah, I mean, no, Texas Chainsaw was still kind of scary. No, but like the Friday the 13th movies and the Nightmare on Elm Street movies.
They would make you laugh.
Oh my god, they're hysterical. You could easily talk me into watching those right now. They're hysterical. It's because Friday the 13th is nothing but dumb kids making bad decisions, and but purposely. I mean, it's where they goof on the rules about horror movies and Scream. Right. That's all taken from those movies.
I know.
And the kids are so, even as a kid myself watching these things, the kids were so annoying in the Friday the 13th movies that it was almost enjoyable when Jason would just and they always, it was also, here's the thing that has never been picked up, and I'm surprised it hasn't. I don't know why these weren't used as tools for abstinence relationships. The religious right should have a field day with the Friday the 13th movies, because it tended to be, as soon as the kids were screwing around,
they were going to get whacked.
It's over, Johnny. Jason would come in there, take care of them all. Nightmare on Elm Street, the Freddy Krueger guy he was hysterical. The first one was very scary.
Very scary.
Very scary. It was very different thing.
That's the only one I saw, and I was like, nope, never again.
But then he became a character. He became very silly and
very
had
campy.
Great dialogue, and it wasn't scary so much as it was inventive and gross. It was that kind of thing. I went through a whole period where I thought the Halloween movies were great.
Oh my gosh, I
Do you remember the Halloween movies?
Halloween 1, 2, and 3. Yes.
That's the movie where you're like, this girl can't get a break.
No.
This Jamie Lee Curtis cannot get a break in Halloween.
It's pitiful.
The poor thing. And I remember I hadn't, at the time, it's all coming back to me right now. At the time I was watching Halloween.
The original?
The original. I was a clerk working at a local video store. See, there used to be these things called video stores. And
you checked them out for 3 or 5 days.
That's right. And then we go back to churning butter. Another obsolete thing. But you would, yeah, I was a clerk in a video store, which was, for me, the perfect job in the world. And especially because at the end of the day, I could take home whatever I wanted to watch. And so I did. That was a delight. That could only be trumped by adults coming in to rent porn. Adults coming into a store,
not trying to be recognized,
to rent porn from a 16-year-old. And it always worked. And we had this scenario. I don't know if you had did you have the local, you remember your local video shop? You had Blockbuster. See this? We were remote enough that we didn't really have Blockbuster. Blockbuster came, actually in that particular area, Blockbuster never came. But it was a mom and pop thing in this little building. And we had what a lot of the mom and pops had. We had the porn closet, sort of.
Oh,
so
in the back.
In the back of the store, there were two Western style doors, little Western style ventilated doors, and you push through, and there was a booth, and the booth had these binders full of the porn covers that were taken out and put into these binders, and then there would be a little number, and so you could discreetly write down the number on a little piece of paper that they had in there, and then bring it up to me and hand me the thing, and I just give it to you sight unseen.
But you knew it was porn.
Well, I knew it was porn. If anyone had actually done that, I wouldn't have thought anything about it. What almost always happened, I have to say, and maybe I just don't remember. I don't remember any guys. I remember no guys coming in to rent porn.
Women?
It was almost always.
No way.
It was almost always housewives.
What?
Housewives renting porn, and they did not have and I don't know why, because it was the easiest thing in the world. You went in, you picked your thing, you wrote the number down, you hit it to me.
Nervous?
Oh my gosh, like they were stealing. They would be shaky. I could tell. I knew right away.
Do you think the husbands made them come in and check out the porn?
Well, here was the bit. Here was the routine, and I can only tell you it was a routine because it happened so frequently.
Yeah.
Like, and it always happened on, like, if I was working a Friday or Saturday night. I think the shop closed up at 9 or 10 o'clock at night. It would happen in the last half hour.
Yeah.
When I was kind of cleaning up or whatever. Always, the pattern was almost always the same. When you walked in the front door of the shop, the first wall was all new releases. Mm-hmm. So generally, that's where most people would, right there, they'd pick out a thing. If they were confused, they'd chat me up. I'd try to find out what they like and recommend them stuff, which I loved. That was the best part of the job. And then go on about their merry way. And of course, come 9 or 10 o'clock, whatever it was, you want no people to be there because you just want to get the hell out and you're tired. So it was always, the last half hour, last 15 minutes, a woman would come in by herself and would cut hard right past the new releases back to like the war and action section, which I already knew. I know what you do, and they would look, and the store was open enough I could see where they were, and they would look at like the series of Jean-Claude Van Damme movies as if they were actually interested in possibly renting a Jean-Claude Van Damme film, or the music documentary area. And they were slowly inching their way to the booth, to the little porn booth. And sure enough, typically when I wasn't watching, they'd slide in. They'd slide in. And then they would come up to the front desk, and rather than just handing me the number, the woman would come up and go, I have to tell you, I've never done this before.
I saw you last week.
Yeah, and I have no recollection of repeat offenders, but there
Customers. Not offenders.
What? So
How come a woman's a porn offender, but a man's just a porn customer?
We don't give a crap.
Anyway.
We would walk right into the porn center and go, I would like some porn.
You're like, back there, let me recommend one.
No, I want to hear some titles with all these people around. I'll pick from the best title I hear.
Anyway.
We don't care. You just hand me a porn.
Yeah.
All right, so they would come up, they'd be all nervous, and it would always start with, I've never done this before. And then what do you think the next thing they would say is? Okay, I'll put you in the scenario.
Don't do this.
You've been sent out to rent, you've gone to rent porn. The first thing you've told the clerk is, I've never done this before. What's the second thing you say?
My husband asked me.
Bingo! Bingo! I would never have done. My husband is making me come down here at gunpoint. He's sitting in the car. No, my husband has sent me down here. I've never done this before. And so is this? And this was always. Is
this
always,
a good one?
Yeah, this is always the follow-up question. Is this a good one? Anal entry Annie, I suppose. I don't know how discerning you can be.
For the quality. For
the quality of it. No, but they would ask that. Again, I was 16 years old, and I don't think I looked
anything. Did your mother know any of this?
That I was, yeah, of course, because I go home and tell her these stories, and she'd be dying. No, like, Mom, you'll never guess who won. And,
wait, Mrs. So-and-so down the street?
No, I don't think.
Okay.
There's no one I can't imagine. Yeah, they would go to another store.
Yeah.
There's no one to meet. Yeah, always the same. Is this
funny.
one any good?
That's hysterical. Oh my God.
Are you looking to see people have sex? That's the movie for you. But, yeah.
That's too funny.
So that was my video store, people.
So funny.
How did we get there? Oh, we were talking about the movies.
Halloween movies.
Halloween movies.
Yeah.
So why don't we talk about this and then we'll say goodnight after our big Halloween show.
Oh, jeez. Here we go.
So here we go. Business Insider just posted the 14 most cliched Halloween costumes 2015.
Okay.
Now let's see if you can pick. You can't look. Can you pick any of them?
Let's see. Maybe Elsa from Frozen.
Elsa from Frozen.
Ding, 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 ding,
there you
ding,
go.
Ding, 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 ding. I get one.
Elsa from Frozen. Very good. Any others?
Let's see. I would do Princess Leia in the gold bikini.
Princess Leia in the gold bikini.
Well, now I've seen something, so it's.
Oh, you've looked. All right, so here, so we'll go through. So this is quite clever, but so much so that it's cliched. They're doing the dress, the viral sensation
a blue
of
dress or a white dress.
And so there's someone with half the dress is blue and half of it is.
I have to remember that.
Is white or gold. It was blue and black or white and gold.
Right.
Fascinating. And I'll be honest with you, if I saw someone wear that dress, I would have no idea who they are.
Well, this is funny. But it's so recent.
This is,
and this has got to be East Coast. The rat that got the pizza and was carrying a slice of pizza.
But wait a minute. These are most cliched Halloween.
How could they be cliched? It just came out.
It's just happened. It's a viral video.
Right.
And I'll be honest with you, if I saw someone dressed up as Pizza Rat, like carrying a huge piece of pizza and dressed up as a rat,
be like, the same rat I've
That's a
seen
great-
for 50 years in New York.
But that's a great costume.
That's a great costume.
We used to. Do you remember when we used to go out to Queens to
To Kevin's.
Kevin's
For
Halloween
his
bash?
Halloween bash, yes.
And there was we went.
Gosh, that one
Well,
time.
there was not a pressure, but again, because dressing up,
Couples or whatever. What did we go as? I remember something.
we went as it was a sex scandal. That tended to be a very. It was a lot of pop culture that tended to happen. But who did we go as? We went as the basketball player
Was
who.
it Kobe Bryant? And
Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
because you had a Kobe Bryant thing that, and I forgot.
And you were the waitress.
That's it.
The waitress and Kobe Bryant, which was good. Not as good, and this is,
Oh my gosh, my favorite was your friend Diesel. It
yes,
was the year.
absolutely. That's exactly what I was going to say. It was the same party.
It was the same party, and it was the year of the guys with tigers.
It was, yeah, it
Whatever
was
their names
kind
are.
of in bad taste.
It was complete. But he
But
had a little soy
super
tiger
funny.
on his neck.
It was, yeah, it
And
was,
just blood everywhere.
it was the guys in Vegas,
Siegfried and Roy.
Siegfried and Roy, and I think Roy was attacked by one of the tigers.
Yes.
Did he die?
It
He
was,
was
it was a vicious.
It was a
attack.
vicious attack, and
And
so
to see Diesel with the little stuffed
he
tiger.
came, right. Well, and he came, and if Siegfried and Roy, if you're not familiar, and by the way, how are you not familiar with Siegfried and Roy? Look them up online. They would wear these very kind of flowy 70s superhero
Oh my gosh.
outfits.
Yeah.
Capes,
Flowing hair from the 70s.
yeah, long
Like
bouncing
Patrick
locks.
Swayze hair.
And so he came and he was dressed like that. And he had a little white tiger halfway up his arm. His arm was all torn off.
It's
Hysterical.
very funny.
Absolutely hysterical.
Anyway, this is too soon.
Cecil the Lion.
Yeah.
Again, if you're dressed up as a lion, I'm thinking of the lion from the Wizard of Oz.
Okay.
I don't.
Star Wars.
People from the Star Wars, The Force Awakens.
How would you know this costume?
Well, I guess because you've seen the ad.
Yeah.
Uh,
Netflix.
Netflix and chill is a phrase that's been beaten to
Oh
death.
yes.
Netflix and chill. I've never heard that phrase.
Oh, this is supposed to be like, you know, you're getting it on while you're watching a movie.
Having sex?
Yeah.
And first off, it's impossible unless you don't care about what you're watching, or you don't care about who you're having sex with.
Or you're just bored.
But who refers to sex as chill?
All cool kids. Kids.
If they're chilling, then they're clearly
Netflix and chill.
not doing
Look
it.
that up. I gotta double check that. But I just saw something recently on Facebook where some of the moms were talking about that. You know, Facebook. The moms took over Facebook, and so the kids have gone to what Snapchat and Instagram.
Netflix and chill.
Let's just double check.
Urban Dictionary means you are going to go over to your partner's house and mess around with Netflix on in the background.
Yep.
Yeah, we just watched Netflix and chill. I see. So it's what you would say to someone that you did not want to share. What your activities
Netflix and chill.
are. Netflix and chill. It's,
Let's go watch Netflix and chill. Yeah.
I don't know.
Anyway.
If I had sex, I'm bragging about it. What did you do? I had sex with a lady.
It's 1929, evidently.
Yeah.
We're bragging.
That's right. I use my radio voice when I brag. A
Oh,
real
my
live gal. As if one Donald Trump wasn't enough, on October 31st, there'll be that I believe. There will be a ton of Donald Trumps.
Yep.
Which
I
is,
believe it.
I want the whole Donald Trump thing to go away. I mean, and yet when I hear that he's going to be on like a late night talk show,
I want to see it.
I'm
don't you?
compelled to watch that, but I'm not.
I didn't watch the Today Show thing. I want to see that too. I'm sure.
Yeah, I don't know about that. But he's canceled a couple of things.
It's fascinating.
I just.
Yeah, anyway.
And then we have characters from Suicide Squad, some bad guys. Drake's Hotline Bling outfit is always easy to create. So I guess it's
It's
well, it's a song, but I guess there's a video. I've never seen the video, but it's they look like
that's just easy to go out.
boots and a sweater. All right, Frozen, of course.
Batman.
Batman, of course. All right, that's pretty good. The Left Shark from the Super Bowl. You remember when Katy Perry did the Super Bowl performance, and there were these sharks that danced?
Yeah.
Well, the Left Shark was. You go back and watch.
Really
the Left Shark
off.
is completely off, possibly inebriated,
I know I'm gonna get
doing its own thing.
that.
Yeah.
That's
If
funny.
you haven't seen the shark performance from the Super Bowl with
Oh my
Katy
gosh,
Perry,
that's pretty funny.
watch the Left
Okay,
Shark.
The Left Shark.
Left Shark.
That's
if I
funny.
had to guess, no longer employs a dancer, doing something else.
Or is making a lot of money as I was the Left Shark.
I guess.
Minions.
Minions.
Okay.
All right. Oh,
Yes, that's a nice nod.
But
Little
Back to the Future. that'll never get old. I mean, if I saw a billion, I suppose it would.
No, but even look at the shoes. Such a nice nod.
And I'll do remember this. I remember wanting to go as Marty McFly. I remember trying to find
The windbreaker.
well, it was the jacket, the sleeveless.
Members only.
It's not a members only jacket. It's this sort of removable arm sort of winter jacket.
Yeah, it's that vest. That
Yeah.
winter vest. That's right.
What's
they
with
did
the
have
life
removable
preserver?
arms.
Thor thinks he's gonna drown.
That was very 80s.
It was, but for
Very
even
80s.
the
Oh
80s,
my
I couldn't
gosh.
find it. Jurassic World, I guess. All right, so
That's not very cliche.
no.
What would I add in there if I wanted to add something I think is really cliche?
Well, the Frozen, you're all over the
Oh my
Frozen
gosh,
thing. I don't want to
Frozen.
see another Frozen.
I think last year at the Halloween party at Jackson School, it was like 15 Frozen princesses.
I don't think that will beat. And I don't think it was last year. I think it was 2 years. No, I believe last year there were that many princesses out. There will probably be that many this year as well. But his school variety show,
All the performances.
2 years, when he was in the first grade,
Yeah, all the Let It Go performances.
it was easily 20 different variations on Let It Go.
And then we did occasionally have the Do You Want to Build a Snowman?
Yeah, and the other song.
And the other songs. But yeah, at least 20 versions of Just Let It Go.
And
I Want to Let It Go.
and well, and it answers the age-old question: can you ruin a good song? Yes, you can.
Anyway, well, it should be a lovely Halloween.
I hope so. I hope we're all hanging in there. And
We're gonna be. It's
No one
gonna be a
gets
lovely
hurt.
Time, and we're gonna be back next week.
we'll be back next week to do the show.
Yeah.
All right. So I think that will do it for the Halloween episode that we have come back from the dead to.
Final thought.
Okay, go ahead. Final thought.
What's your favorite Halloween candy? Even though you don't like Halloween candy, but come on, when Jackson brings it in, what's the one thing if you see it in there you're gonna take it?
I steal it while I sleep.
Yeah.
I'm anything with peanut butter.
I agree, but for me, it has to be the original Reese's cup.
Yeah, that
It's
would
the perfect
definitely.
proportion of peanut butter to chocolate. Not the little ones; they're okay.
Yeah, my problem with any of that stuff is I can eat it like a dog eats food, where I will eat it till I throw up and then continue eating it. It's disgusting. It is super
Yeah,
disgusting.
that's the only one I really like. Is that?
That's why they can't come into the house.
No.
We heard this thing about and I love. We put things out into the world. Well, we'll try to do this as briefly as possible. Today recently there was a study that just came out saying that there is a link between cured meats such as bacon
Mm-hmm.
and colon cancer.
Yeah. It's really sad.
You're all right. The women don't get colon cancer.
Oh,
I don't think.
I don't know.
I don't believe
So
so.
I can eat bacon.
You'll get some other kind of meat.
Awesome.
But yeah, cured meats. You're gonna get cancer. But the other thing that came out that was not. It was on par with George Michael's gay. That cheese is addictive.
Oh, yes.
Like, how is that news? Yes, cheese is addictive.
Yeah. Live with a woman.
Live with anyone.
Cheese
Cheese
is addictive.
cheese is an awful thing. It's a wonderful thing.
It's a delicious thing.
But it's yeah. So with that, do you have anything to plug for the coming week, or since you've been gone? Nothing.
I got nothing.
I don't really have anything either right now.
We'll give the results of student council elections.
Oh, very exciting! Hey, hold on to your hats, folks.
And no, we're gonna get back down to living some life.
Having a big Halloween bash. I am going to stay out of the streets. I don't want to be mobbed.
Stay safe out there.
Stay safe. Be careful, and we
Make
will.
it a family time.
That's right.
Whomever your family is.
Whomever your family is, and we'll talk to you guys later. Bye bye.
That's good. Oh. I'm gonna put our boy to bed, Daddy. Okay. Let's go, Jessie girl. Can you run them out when you get done? Hey, sweetie, it's time to go to bed. Honey, it's 10 o'clock. What's that? You're an hour late. Off. Bedtime, let's go. There's no excuse. No excuse. You're not going to want to that dinner. Well, I can't have this on top of it. The brush teeth right here.